God.
We're live.
This is not the Senate. Okay. Everybody,
professional.
I'll play everybody. Shh. All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Fandom Collective YouTube channel. We are the founding fathers of the Fandom Collective. Everybody, introduce yourselves because we are getting ready for a freaking party tonight. Isn't that right, fellas?
Yep.
Show enough, son.
As you can tell, we have so much energy. We have all the energy, of course, based on that reaction. We're all hype, of course. And hello, everybody in the chat. So, Angus of Color, why don't you tell us who the hell you are?
Yeah, Black Angus. I cover film floss in the NFL. To get ready for the stream, to assert my dominance as a male in the patriarchy that we are, I oppressed female kind of all species by having some eggs, and I also washed it down with some milk. So take that, PETA.
And that milk is made of soy. Sith, you're next.
Yeah, speaking of soy, I'm a vegan. I like soy, broccoli, and tofu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I do Pilates. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Sith Kryptonian, and I exist. Welcome to the Fandom Collective channel.
You exist? Hell yeah. Wolfie boy, give us a freaking howl. Hell yeah. You're up.
That has to be our intro.
Definitely.
That should be howling.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about you, man. And not as many people know about you. Tell them who you are because they need to follow you.
I'm the big bad wolf of the Fandom Collective. There is no soy based here. It's all Devil Dog Marine Corps based. I kick ass. I take names. I drive a truck. What more you want?
Could not have said that better myself. Flippity Doubt, introduce yourself.
I am Flipp. I am the Flipster. Actually, I am Flipp's body. We have Flipp very high up in space right now, but we hope that he is broadcasting appropriately. Also, I do skits, streams, and I talk a lot about Star Wars. And sometimes I do weird streams. Thank you for that, Flipp's body.
All right. I think that is the best intro we've ever had in our entire lives. No mistakes there, and everything went without a hitch. And, okay, so while I tweet us out, somebody talk.
way to, get us.
Hi, I'm Sith Kryptonian. I'm an alcoholic.
My name's Geoff TheIronWolf. I'm also an alcoholic.
That's what
you want to share today?
No. We should have been like a committee and be like, "Hi, Jeff."
Yeah.
And then we clap.
How's the kids?
First is my wife has said I am a liar. I'm foiled again.
Oh no.
I heard that.
Right, I barely even drink.
Wait, why'd you let her out of the kitchen?
Uh-oh, the patriarchy coming down.
I'm eating right now. Thank you, Angus. I'm eating steak and potatoes like a good one.
Dude, Angus, stop trying to put him in the doghouse.
Bro, that's where I live.
Damn.
Age restricted. Thanks a whole lot.
No, this shall be open for the whole public.
She was a Marine.
Mrs. IronWolf, I respect women.
Like one. Deal with it.
All right, so I posted the link out, so now I am ready. So, oh yeah, I forgot. I am the Rookie Critic, by the way. I'm, I was going to go with Angus's thing to say that I'm not here, but I think we can all tell by my lovely voice. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Proper Jeremy, you can kiss my ass on the dislike for yelling.
All right, yeah. Proper Jeremy says, "Somebody talk, really, Rookie? I expect better of you, silly, yeah, silly boy." And Mary V says, "All right, I'll be in the kitchen. Good girl, good girl." And what's up, No Way? No Way just reached over 100 subscribers yesterday. He's rocking like 130 now. I was gonna say Sean Shackhouse. Sean, Sean, sorry.
He was like Brick Shithouse says.
Sean Stackhouse Reacts says, "Hello, Fandom Collective. Hello, Immortal Coil with ones." I don't know if we're supposed to say it like a one mortal, one coil, one.
No, it's Immortal Coil.
I know. I'm trying to be funny, but that was awful. I'm white, so that's my humor, okay? He says, "I can drink all out if you like. Fight me." Oh, yeah. Definitely. All right. So I have to do every stream where I say definitely.
Nice,
According
nice.
to Sith. Nice,
Hey,
exactly.
Hey, Sean Stackhouse, you need to make that your parody account, dude. You need to be the brick shit house sometimes.
I was gonna say Shack House, but you guys just jump to conclusions, but that's all right.
Hey, I got
All
an
right.
idea.
That's thing to jump to.
Rookie,
Yeah.
have everyone tell everyone else what they would be a parody account for. Like Black Angus, you tell me what if you did a parody account against me, what would my name be, and I'll tell like somebody else.
Fuck, you put me on the spot.
Oh, come on, man.
Here, let's do that. Let's do that at the end.
Okay.
So we can
I'll go with mine. We can kind of like just throw them out individually throughout the stream. I would do like I love lame jokes. Like when I try to clown someone on Twitter and they're just SGW. I'm like, you are soy incarnate. It's just a statement. It's reality. I would make the parody flopped out. Just.
Flopped out.
It's just flopped out.
Welcome to
Hey, flipped out. For me, it would be flat nuts.
Flat nuts. That sounds painful.
Interesting.
You see the chat?
Proper chat.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my tablet. That sounds really bad.
Yeah, pull it out, Flip. You need help?
The haunt shit reviews. Angus soy meat substitute.
No, my favorite.
That's pretty good.
Damn.
That's funny. I like that.
My favorite is still Gangbangus.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah, I always call Black Angus Gangbangus.
I go with Black Stankus reviews.
Black Stankus. Nice. That's pretty good. All right. So for people that are just coming on in, and this is not a sexual joke, of course, but okay. So we are the Fandom Collective. We are 5 YouTube channels brought together from the Fandom Menace, from the High Council, all those types of guys, and we have formed our own group. And we are the founding fathers, but everybody is a member of the Fandom Collective at heart.
Yeah, we're just the patriarchy.
Exactly. Pretty much.
Hey, patriarchy. A swig of water for the working men.
Hey.
All you guys out there in the chat, you don't really know it, but we really do call ourselves the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's our chat. We think it's hilarious.
You're welcome, guys.
Definitely.
Half the time,
I am totally, hey guys, I am totally with myself, with my toxic masculinity. I am one with my toxic masculinity.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
When we're bored,
that figures.
We call each other up and we're like, let's get toxic. Let's be men.
How are we going to oppress women's today?
Oh, guys, our new theme song. We're men, such manly men.
We only fuck men. What? Who said that?
Oh boy.
Get it out today, Sith, because we got the Senate tomorrow with Jeremy. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Let me
All
tell
right,
you,
so
man.
hold on. So since you brought it up, Sith, tell us about the Senate tomorrow.
Sorry, I'm chewing 1 sec.
Showing
Doing all those-
Going in the mood.
As you can see, I'm very professional. Yes, tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is going to be joining my Senate stream, and it's going to be a good time, so check it out.
Man, that's it. Oh man, that's so low hype.
Okay, fine.
So let's go, Jeremy, the Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
He even said it. He even
Fandom
said it with
Menace
like
channel.
he even said it with like a fudge stickle in his mouth. You could tell, like.
Yeah, sorry, I
whatever.
was chewing my last. Yeah, sorry.
Hey, Rookie.
Yeah.
When are we going to get Jeremy up in here with the collective?
Pretty soon, I'm hoping. Pretty soon. I think tomorrow we'll be able to figure something out with him with that. We all know that he is a busy guy, but if he
He's
can
a working
founding fathers, that would make some sense. Hell yeah.
He's
But,
the founding king.
Yeah, but guys, I'll be sure to get a lot of photos with myself, with all 3 of the High Council, Jesse, Anna, Ivan. I'm going to meet a lot of people up there.
Dude, you should vlog it.
That is so awesome.
No, I guess I could vlog it, but I have to bring headsets with me because the mic on my phone is completely busted.
Pay a 17-year-old to just follow you around and film you.
I don't have that kind of money, man.
Well, definitely pay someone over 18.
They do it for $20 just to
Actually, hey, dude,
film you walking around.
You could be like, hey, yo, I'm a founding father with the Fandom Collective, and they'll be like, yo, who the fuck is that? You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
People over
And then you go, and then Flip. This is when we say, "Haha, good joke."
Thanks.
No,
Oh,
no, you
boy.
get all offended, like, bitch, you know who we are. We're the fucking patriarchy. Like, you just own it like you're something. It's like, what? Like, who the hell are you? You know?
Yeah. Then you backhand that little 12-year-old, and
What's my name? What's my name?
George Shaft!
So also before the Senate stream, Angus, you have something planned as well? A pre-Senate stream?
Yeah. I thought about calling it the pre-cum stream, but
that's not gonna work.
yeah, you know, it's I don't know. I don't want.
thought that was this stream.
I don't want people to be like, you know,
Dear proper dislike for child abuse.
I don't want people to, you know, get the wrong impression, you know, get the LGBTQ apostrophe community in there, and they're like, wait, what is this? This is toxic. Oh God, you know, misleading. So yeah, I'm casting a big net. I'm gonna try to get Sean Stackhouse. I think he's down. 2 bald guys. I think I'm just getting the one unfortunately white bald guy.
It's not too random. It's not 2 random bald guys. It's the channel. Those 2 bald guys. Not 2 random ones.
Oh, where's the black one?
But good shout out for those 2 bald guys though. That's all.
Yeah. Yo, shout out Sean and those 2 bald guys. They're good peeps.
Yeah. Yeah. I finally got to stream yesterday with Sean on Mary's stream, and then we did No Way Neophobic the other day, and oh my God, Rookie, after you left, I was getting pretty hammered, and it was so fun.
I heard. I listened afterward while I was
okay.
video, nice. So I heard.
I left. I was embarrassed for you. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Immortal Coil on there too. He's in the chat, so check him out. I've had him on a stream on my channel. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
Proper Jeremy, screw that guy.
Yeah, Proper Jeremy always hangs around us, so he's always
never check that channel out.
I don't think I've ever watched a stream that Proper Jeremy wasn't a part of.
In some way, even if it's the last minute, he always comes on in.
Yeah, he comes in some way or another, and I always get peanut butter and jellos.
I like that.
So
that's a good one, Flip. Nice. Good fun, man.
I love it. Good delivery. Good delivery.
Thank you.
But yeah, so something else that's going on. So next week, so you guys, I finally started watching movies.
Holy shit! Miracles.
No.
So I knocked out Jaws 1 and Jaws 2 and Kill Bill 1 and 2.
You're gonna have to be.
Kill Bill.
You're gonna have to change your name to the Novice Critic.
Or something. No, I don't know. But I started those. So next week on Wednesday, instead of doing a normal Rookie Corner podcast stream, I'll just do 2 watch parties for both of the Kill Bill films.
Nice.
Anybody that wants to watch, let me know on Twitter, and I'll invite you in on the panel. So,
hell yeah. Fun. It was a blast doing the Jaws stuff, man. So I'd be down.
Yeah, I mean, Proper Jeremy still wants me to watch 3 and 4, but I'd rather use that time on a movie I want to watch. So we'll see. I have over 90 films I need to watch. I need to cross off the list.
Aliens.
Yeah, I've not seen Alien or Aliens, any of that. I didn't see No Country
first one's better.
Plenty of those. I have seen Terminator, if people are wondering. But
holy shit, miracles do happen.
You got it, Wolf. Flipster, do you got anything going on pretty soon? Anything you want to plug real quick?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to plug this so much as just talk about it for a second. But everyone knows I'm doing the UFO video, and I've got some submissions in. I've got actually good many actually, and they're really good. Some people came back and said they wanted to redo it without me even prompting them, and I'm cool with that too. So I'm just extending it for a little over a week. I'm not trying to hit a deadline. Guys out there, ladies, this is just for fun. So enjoy yourself if you're recording it, and that's about it. Oh, remember to record it sideways, and also use Google Drive, guys, because it's the best way to send me in quality recording. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's not out here to make everybody say, "Oh, well, look at Flip." No, this is to hopefully, like what we do here at the Fandom Collective, that is to promote everybody so they all have a bigger audience. So I'm done.
Nice.
I'm done. Flip, our nice guy, our heart of the Fandom Collective, right there, definitely.
Big dick Flip.
Big dick Flipp.
Hey, this happens. Somebody's got to be both.
That one was pretty good. That one was good. I'll admit that one. Yeah, so before we get into our topics, guys, and before we address the chat real quick, I want to get, so we've all achieved some milestones recently, I would say. So, Angus, you just crossed over 600 subscribers, man, like the last couple days.
Yeah, it's kind of out of nowhere, you know. I was at like 450, and then I got like stuck at like 496, and I kept going back to like 489. I'm like, what the hell's going wrong? You know, like what, you know, people aren't sticking around that are coming. And then I had an idea. I was like, no, that'll just get me nuked on YouTube. And I'm like, no. And then they're talking on Geeks and Gamers, and I super chat them an idea. I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about spray painting a Black Panther helmet MAGA thoughts. And they're like, they got me 50 subs just for that thought. And with the hope for those people that I will make this video, which of course Rookie knows.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually gonna make a cameo. It's gonna be really funny, even though it's gonna be like 5 seconds. I'm super excited to go through that footage that he got me today. It's gonna be a production. It's not just, oh yeah, I got this helmet and I'm gonna spray paint it. Hey, look, it's got MAGA. Like, no. This is really digging at Black Panther because I hate that movie.
He's putting that work in there. He wanted me to watch Black Panther, but God, I'm not going to do that again. There's no need for that. I'm not looking to hurt myself.
Rewatching, I'm like, there's some enjoyability to it. I'm not denying that, but it's just like,
yeah,
it's like Captain Marvel, dude. The way they're selling this, it's like there's nothing, like there's no reason for me to want to enjoy this because of like this whole movement behind it.
Progressivism.
Yeah. We'll get into Captain Marvel in just a minute, but Sith Kryptonian, you are the man, dude. You're almost at the peak, at the goal that the small YouTubers want to reach, the first milestone, 1K. You're almost there. You just crossed over 900.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a channel.
Hey, guys, I want to interject because he said that. I just want to interject. He doesn't have any issues. He's got the whole subscription.
Nice. I got that.
Sorry, Dad.
I didn't get that reference, but
6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm close to 1,000 subs. I've been very grateful and very lucky to have like a great community that supports me and checks out my videos. So yeah, it's cool. But
I'm envious on just like your quality because I just don't have the time to do that kind of work. I mean, a man works 60 hours a week.
Yeah, man. Honestly, dude, I'm envious of your videos. Like, if I could just chill and drop knowledge, I would.
Yeah, well, what's good about Sith Kryptonian's videos right now, I know he said he doesn't want to talk about himself that much, but I'll be doing the talking about that for a sec. So his quality shot up. He went from like doing a video where he puts a lot of work into it, but it's got like it didn't have that much quality at the time, and the quality has.
Wow, thanks, Rookie.
He was he would use the excuse like, "Oh, I'm in my car" or something. It's like no.
Oh, yeah, that Rookie's talking about the first video I ever made. It was so trash. It was an Infinity War review, and like I kept breathing into the mic, and it was one of those old karaoke mics for the PS3. I just rigged it to my computer, and the audio was so bad that I lied in the description. I was like, sorry for the audio, had to record it in my car. I was not in my car. I was in my room.
It
was so bad.
Well, and it's like you've gone from just doing those types of videos, and there's people in our community that, you know, do the really good hot topic videos that are reactionary and really quick, which they're entertaining, yeah, but like you've perfected like just taking your time real quick, like taking your time quickly in a way, like within a week you'll bust out a really good quality video, and then you'll have another one in another week and get 2,000 views on each of them. And you're not clickbaiting. You're not just doing something that's super hot trending right now. You're just talking about something from whatever you want, and you're able to make it good. And I think that's good, man. That's how you're growing. That's the right way to grow.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Yeah.
And now if you want to shill for the Iron Wolf, by all means, do it.
Dude, Geoff TheIronWolf. Okay, let me tell you about this, guys. Do you like knowledge? Okay, do you like knowledge? Do you like epic rants? And do you like a funny dude just driving his truck, hanging out? All right. This guy, like, I watch his lightsaber videos about like why lightsabers work the way they do. I watch his rants, like, and some of his responses, like he does response videos. He did one to Razorfist, which was great. He did an epic rant, supporting Mecha Random 42 when she was getting attacked by these stupid NPCs and that stupid Star Trek dude. He's a great channel. He's a series called Rolling with the Wolf. He's just driving, doing his job. He's got his camera set up like you're right there with him, and he's just dropping fire.
Hey,
oh man, just pumping me up, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hey, if we're going to do a circle jerk, I call Flipp.
Man, you always want to do that to me, dude. I'm not
Hashtag Flipp
into
too.
No, if anyone has seen my Saint Germanus video, that would not be possible without Flipp Doubt's guidance. Just like my hate speech video today that was taken down would not have been created without the guidance and support of Rookie Critic, our gracious white host today. And
whitewashing.
Yeah, and it was so fun to make, and of course they fucking take it down. But yeah, like this is a great group that I've come into because we're all hand in hand going forward. We're trying to pull each other up and stay shoulder to shoulder. And yeah, Flipp's got great quality. He's kind of helped me get out of my funk because like without Flipp, if it was just like Rookie initially with like his funny shit, I don't think I would buy in so much to trying to be funny or being willing to do like skit or put myself on camera for skits, interacting through the camera with Flipp or Rookie or whatever. So yeah, it's really broadened the horizons for the content I'm willing to create. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll chime in on Rookie. That he's going to be helping me polish the lightsaber series I want to do when it's my turn to post. Like,
yeah, Rookie polishes my saber too.
He finished that shit. Cricket.
Don't let Nazis in the chat.
They're not Nazis. They're just German.
No, I know. I know it's no way.
Dude, guys, I speak German. Never mind.
Yo, Dubenschlick in Duvenstein in the
Langsam mit meinem
I got more kind.
So anyway,
hey,
to sum it up,
here's a word for Sith. Schaff.
What does that mean?
Oh no, it just looked like shaft and it made me think of you. I know
Nice.
you're down for that.
3 out of 10. Anyway, to sum that up, so sub to Flipp Doubt and Geoff TheIronWolf. They are the wild cards of the group that do excellent work. And Flipp has really he's mostly managed the Twitter, and so he's the one he's gotten a lot of connections with a lot of people.
Dude, just speaking
he's reached
facts,
out to so much of the community. So like without him, we wouldn't know a lot of people we interact with now.
Every time I turn around, it's like I'll put out a video on YouTube. Less than 20 minutes, my video on the Fandom Collective is just being shilled out. I'm like, damn, son.
Yeah, just speaking facts. Like, if we're being honest, the collective wouldn't be where it's at without Flipp. 100%.
Hold up. Hey, I appreciate that, guys, but let me shill for somebody just for a second. I want to shill for Penny Jet. And guys, sub to her. She is my girlfriend, and she has helped with the Fandom Collective Twitter, especially the last week and a half since I've been at work. And so, guys, definitely... without her, I couldn't have managed to make this happen also. So
hell yeah, Rookie, drop her link in the chat.
I don't have her link.
He's like, who is this?
Hi, Rookie, we're streaming.
Yeah, so Flipp, if you send me her link, I'll drop that in the chat, dude. But
I will. 1 sec. But I also want to shill for Iron Wolf, man. Every damn time I get pissed at something political, I just switch on his channel. Exactly. I close my eyes and I flick the phone, because it's a touch screen, so you just flick it like a freaking jackpot, and it just stops on something, and I hit play, and I feel better 10 minutes later because your anger and frustration makes me feel good, like I'm right for being upset. So
it's so authentic too.
It's true,
dude. How awesome would it be if we could get Alex Jones in with Flipp or with Geoff in his truck, just chilling.
Interdimensional child molesters, led by Hillary Clinton, and the Obama Foundation. They dropped the gay bomb on Mars, and the gay frogs are coming to take our planet over.
You're watching way too much right now, dude.
The werewolves are eating children.
There's gay crabs on Mars. You can see
that sparkle, that twinkle, that's them. Gay.
They're turning the frickin' stars gay.
Oh, man. But no, I was watching some clips of him and Joe Rogan, and one of his guests
Oh, I
was
still
like,
have to
"Dude,
watch that.
you know the flat Earth is real, dude. Like, no one can prove it to you. You just kind of believe." And this dude's just fucking with them the whole time. And Alex Jones is like getting so pissed, and he's like lying about like, "Oh yeah, you know this bill? You think anyone would run with this bill, dude? You're delusional." He's like, "They just fucking voted on the goddamn Senate," and it's like, wow, he's just going off. And it's like,
Dude, I love that.
And then he's like, dude, he's screwing with you. Like, he believes you. Like,
Hey, I want to say this real quick. In the chat, we have a new Fandom Collective member, NT Bird, INTI Bird. So welcome him. He just subbed all of us. And
Welcome.
Yes.
Yep. What's up, NT?
We are the collective. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Assimilation
Voice
sequence
add
alpha.
your own to project out into the world. Because we're not the fucking Borg.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Let's address the chat for a little bit, and then let's get into some topics because we've just been going off and jerking ourselves off today. So.
yeah.
It's our speciality.
Yep. Proper Jeremy informed me that the links in the description aren't working. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'll fix that after the stream. But I posted our links in the chat so people can go and give us a look. We got No Neophobic in the house. We got Immortal Coil. We got the Real Comic Stacks. We got the Lone Wolf Cub
showing up.
The Lone Wolf Cub. He's doing his own thing. I don't know what he's talking about. He's typing in German. Or no, it's no way talking in German. My bad.
I still got to go with Lone Wolf Cub because, and Angus, you're probably going to get in on this about Starship Troopers and how it's not fascist.
I don't know. I don't know enough about like what specifically makes you fascist per se, but I feel that the system has its points that could work for a society. Yeah, I really liked being introduced to Starship Troopers because of the
Nazi alert.
Okay.
But Angus, I'll give you one clear example of how that universe is not fascist. Name a military service that would let you quit on your own volition and leave in boot camp. Name one.
I don't know. I mean, all you gotta do is pretend you're suicidal in basic, and they'll fucking blue light you until you leave.
Oh yeah, you have to pull something. No, in Starship Troopers, you literally sign form 1240A, turn around and walk out, and you can leave. That's it. You don't have to.
That wasn't.
You're gone.
That was like
a fascist. Oh, sorry.
No, go on. I was just gonna say like that's like I mean isn't that part of, like the main guy character's like plot I guess is like, oh, you can do this, and he's like no whatever, or maybe he's I can't remember exactly, like that little plot point didn't stick, so it's a little unclear to me, but
well, yeah, no, because the one black chick, she washes out. I mean, after she accidentally shoots that one guy in the head.
Oh god.
Any birth. They do that for Navy SEALs, but you don't get discharged from the Navy. You just go back to doing your normal job. In Starship Troopers, you fail out of boot camp, you sign your 1240A, you're out of the service. You're done.
Yeah, in the Navy, if you fail the SEALs, you go back to being a Hallmark Channel Jeremy.
Damn. I understand the reference.
Now what?
All right, you guys. So you guys want to talk about some topics?
Well, let's
do it. Ricky.
All right. So I know there's been a lady on all our minds lately. You know, she's been everywhere. Brie Larson. You guys heard of this? Yeah. Heard about this?
Oh, hey.
Who's that?
Hey, before we start, if you guys didn't see Jesse Milestone's epic rant about how Captain Marvel makes women look bad, guess what she called Brie Larson? Basic bitch. Basic bitch number 2. Yeah. She called Brie Larson basic bitch number 2. I was like, yes.
Yep, I saw that one then.
Dude, she's been on fire lately. The one she did on Talk Nerdy with me was just scathing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she hates Brie Larson with a burning passion.
I don't talk to her much. She scares me. I think she's
she's yelling all the time. But
why are you in the patriarchy? Why are you in the patriarchy then, Flipp?
What are you scared of girls?
Get out! Get out! Go get your soy identification and go get your pussy hat and go march.
Hey,
get out of here.
Who has a little dick and hangs upside down?
Sith.
A bat. Who has a little dick and hangs up?
It's because George Soros is reversing the Earth's polarity, so our dicks are going the wrong
I
way.
think I have it backwards. Never mind.
I had no idea where you're going.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna push this on Sith for no reason, and totally deflate you and undercut you. And,
Yo, shout out Alex Jones. He's fucking hilarious.
I love that guy.
Getting back on topic, I'm just going to lead off on this one. What Rotten Tomatoes did, it's just so fucking stupid. There's just no other way to say it.
Yes,
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Rotten Tomatoes took off the want to see and don't want to see ratings for Captain Marvel because there was below 30% wanted to see it or something.
26, I think someone said is the lowest it got before they pulled it.
No, it's not. I saw it at 0%. Wolf.
No, that's impossible because
I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just messing with you.
But no, I actually saw something on guy I watch on YouTube, Stickshammer666. He said that Gab is actually coming out with something called the Center, where you can put in the URL of something and then you can actually have a discussion even if the host website turns off all chat. So it's like, oh, you don't want to let us talk? Well, we'll just go to the Center, put in your shit, and then we'll talk about it anyways, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's so stupid what Rotten Tomatoes did because they did it thinking that, you know, it was gonna save the product of Captain Marvel and like they're not gonna take the media heat, and I'm sure Disney had a lot to do with it. But when you do that, all you're gonna do is ensure that people actually do go and bomb the audience score now, just because they're pissed about, you know.
That's not what they did. They didn't do that, bro. There's no way they did
I know.
that. Disney came down on them with their world-dominating empire and said, if you don't turn your fucking website off. From what I understand, and maybe you've heard this, I don't know. Actually, guys, we haven't talked about this specifically together, but from what I understand, they shut down the whole website.
Yeah.
They
changed it for the whole.
They revamped
All
it.
want to see is gone. All of it.
Yeah, the website was working when it happened. It was like I was on Geeks and Gamers. I just looked at the score, and then I saw someone in the comments. They're like, "Oh, they just took it down." So then I checked, and it's like, "Oh," and then it's like they deactivated across. And then after they do this, then they release the statement like, "Hey, we're making some changes." Like, well, you already fucking did, you know.
Hey, we've been working on this for. It was like the total boilerplate platitudes bullshit. I'm just like, you guys are just digging yourself a deeper grave. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I guess then they changed their background image on Facebook or something to Brie Larson.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Oh.
You guys see the show media about, oh, Rotten Tomatoes can save Captain Marvel. It's like, that's like an admission of defeat.
Well,
And the president came out and was like, "Oh no, go on, Flip."
Shut the fuck up when I'm talking, damn it.
Damn. He's
Man,
flipping out.
Bro, I'm just fucking.
Never get courtesy from me again, Whitey.
We don't need no people talking racist stuff on YouTube and getting kicked off, man. That's just.
Yeah, what are you, a hate speecher, Black Angus?
Something against people, huh?
I was just saying, Sith, that I didn't know if you guys had heard that, because if they took it all down, and the first thing I thought the next morning was, you know what? Since they took both down, I better check and see what's going on. And I don't remember if it was Sean Stackhouse. No, it was the Real Comic Stacks. He was like, man, I'm gonna come at you, dude, in my video comments. But he's like, nah, man, they took all that shit down. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but I was like, all right, well, and so I checked it out, and they took it all down. So. In hindsight, Sith, do you think that it was really about Captain Marvel and Star Wars, or were they really?
I think you're right. I was just trying to, I didn't want to like speculate too much, but I think you're right. Ultimately, it was Disney coming down, and what concerns me more is it tells me that even a site like Rotten Tomato is on. They're in on the take with Disney. You can't trust it, even though it's an aggregator. They're going to do things to cater to what Disney wants, and it really shows this when you look at how they reacted to an MCU film getting like bad reviews on there, as opposed to the DC films. They didn't give a shit about the DC films.
If it was anything else, even an indie thing, would they care?
Well, let me add this. me and Drunk 3PO were starting to cover Ichibaka's initial article saying like, hey, here, don't forget the episode 9 want to see rating is up. And I went through, you can see on my video, I went through, and I'm so glad I did, because I never thought they would take it down. They had ratings going back to December 1st, 2015. So before episode 7 even released, they already had want to see ratings for episode 9 available to start voting. And it was at 95 this whole time. And we cover it for one day, and it drops 9 points. And it's not that we led this revolution, but people started becoming aware, like, hey, we can do this. You get 2 Disney films getting downvote. And all of a sudden, they remove the want to see. It's weird. It's fishy. And you might think, well, if you look into it, Warner Brothers owns 30% of Fandango, which owns Rotten Tomatoes. 70% is Universal. Both of those have interests to compete with Disney. You think they would buy into that? You think they would enjoy all the shitstorm that the fans are given because of the shill media and because of what Rotten Tomatoes and stuff are doing? And no, it's weird. So to me, this tells me, my Alex Jones conspiracy idea is true, that Hollywood is afraid of the fans, and they're afraid of potential independent creators. So like, when they did that Warner Chappell copyright on Star Wars Theory, that was Lucasfilm setting that shit up. And now it's more confirmed when you see Rotten Tomatoes, not even owned by Disney or an association, dropping the ball with this shit.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Well, the thing is, Disney is in the process of buying everything up, and now it's bend the knee or get crushed if you have anything to do with Hollywood. I mean, Disney is really starting to throw its weight around, and we're seeing it.
What's funny is that whenever they do that, what? I say whenever they do that, whenever they throw their weight around, it seems like they create more creativity in communities like ours, because I think Geeks and Gamers and a few of the others in the Fandom Menace are thinking about putting together a website of their own. I don't know if they'll officially do that, but that would be interesting if they did.
Well,
where
Jeremy
you can
has
have
a website.
What?
Jeremy has a website.
Yeah, he has
I know, like a Rotten Tomatoes style website, but where they actually let people just do their own votes.
Yeah, he's probably going to add it to his website that he has already.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe, but they made it sound like it would be a different website altogether if they were to.
Anyway,
my point being that they have the means.
But let's get off Brie Larson and talk about something positive, a.k.a. Alita.
I haven't seen that yet.
Well, I went and saw it last weekend for the second time. My wife and we actually saw it in IMAX, and it was a lot easier to pick up a few things when we just saw it in Dolby 3D. Like, that makes a little more sense now. So
yeah, it's true.
And this movie, IMAX 3D, if you're gonna go see it.
Hey, that reminds me, Wolf. I'm gonna see that on March 8th, I believe, or the weekend.
Oh, Jeremy actually has a live stream right now about March 8th be Alita Day.
There you go. But,
Because the thing is, like with the whole Alita and going back to Captain Marvel, the fact that Jeremy is saying I am boycotting Captain Marvel and going to see Alita, that's huge from the guy who says he hates boycotts.
True, I agree. So yeah, Flipp and Sith. You guys didn't see it yet?
Nope.
Do what? No, I haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
Give me a second to say this because it's easier than typing it. Hey, Moxrox, definitely put that in the chat. I'd like to see that.
Okay. Yeah, so Angus has a little different view on it than Wolf did. So you want to give your take on Alita?
Which one of us?
Oh, you. Yours is more controversial. And he mutes himself as I'm talking. Okay. Well, anyway, so I saw Alita as well.
He checked his privilege.
Checking that privilege. All right.
All right,
now he's back. Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, and I was listening. I had something coming for.
No, but I'm like, okay, and you can speak, and then you mute right there.
Yeah. So I think Rookie is somewhat in agreement. We've talked about this off air. We are somewhat in agreement. The ratings we disagree with, but I think overall we kind of tearing apart. Like, wait, they should have went with these angles. I know it's based on a manga or whatever. So maybe there's certain things that they we got to do this, even if we adapt it differently. We got to hit these points.
Exactly what they did.
But I feel that any of this stuff, like it's kind of like the comics. Like me, I love X-Men First Last Stand, but I haven't read enough X-Men comics. Maybe if I read enough, I'd be like watch it again, and be like, oh man, that totally sucked. But I haven't, and so it's like my complaint with that movie is it's too short. That's it.
Well,
so I feel it's kind of like that. If you're a fan ingrained in like the whole network of media around this this IP, then you're gonna have a different take as opposed to me, where I'm like fresh, and it's like I feel you're selling a new medium, at least as far as I'm concerned. You're selling a new medium, just a live action adaptation with some CGI for the limitations that we have with the eyes and crap. This should get me hooked. Like you should be selling me something to want to invest into this series or this universe, and it didn't. I give it a 5 out of 10. I never want to see it again. That's how I felt with it.
Damn.
Wolf?
Oh, well, the thing is, Angus, I think you're kind of along Jesse Milestone's training the thought where this should have been split up into a trilogy, and they should have done a lot more character building. Like right when pretty much about up to, I think she said at the point where Alita goes to register as a hunter warrior. They should have, filled in a little bit more there and cut the movie off right there, and then had the second act be its own movie, or I can't remember exactly what she said, but no, I gave it an 8 out of 10 for the simple fact of, one, all the main characters had some kind of growth, which is very rare to see in a movie these days.
Yeah, I agree, but I also kind of think that they Alita's the main character that gets the most growth and emotions. Like, I feel for her, I like her a lot, but it's like the doctor character. He could have been 2 different characters because they put a lot into him for things to do, because he's like the doctor. He saves her. He's a father figure. He's also a hunter thing, and he's got this past with the stuff. I mean, he's just so much into his story, and he's like the father figure, and it's just a little too much for one character. I think they, toward the last 30 minutes, they just seem to rush everything. And it's like, what happened now? And Hugo, the love interest, really uninteresting. And they made him go a stupid cliche route, and just seemed really dumb.
So Angus,
Hugo was probably the dragging point. I mean,
I feel like in this, go ahead.
Well, the thing is, I'm kind of with Jesse of, they should have set this movie series up as a trilogy.
Yeah.
And, gone for broke and had time to break down the movie into the segments we needed to really ground the story. I mean, they did a really good job of opening up the world. But like you said, it's like by the time they got to the motorball scene, pretty much through Act 2, it's like they, or going towards Act 3, actually, I think that was. It was just like,
I don't know if there was an Act 2. It just goes in Act 3.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it really didn't have that big of a middle act to really set the movie.
Right, and I feel like they shouldn't have had her have any love interest in the first film because of the way they have her character. It doesn't seem like she would fall in love right away. It seems like that would take a little bit, and they just kind of shove it in, and then they shove in a whole bunch of people for her to fight throughout the whole movie, and it just, I don't know. And honestly, a lot of the CGI...
I should have, stretched out and, had it to, right where they're, inserting her in her new body. That should have been the end of first movie. Like, they should have stretched out, did a little bit more world building, brought in a little bit more of the anime, and stopped it right as she gets her new body.
Yeah, I feel like
the next movie should have been her, really falling in love with Hugo, maybe watching him die, and then that 3-month jump up.
Hey, that was a spoiler alert.
Now she's suddenly in Champion League. I wanted to see more Motorball. I
was gonna say, so Wolf, I kind of think they should have had it where the Hunter Warrior stuff should be the first movie, the Motorball stuff the second movie, and then the finale stuff for the last movie, of course. That's how I think they should have broken it down.
Well, no, because the thing is, there's even more beyond it. I mean,
if they're just going with a series.
No, the thing is, the second movie should be all about her getting to Nova and actually meeting the man and having that showdown.
Yeah, I think sorry. I was really interested in the moon stuff, the moon war or whatever was going down, and you see there's a whole bunch more of whatever the hell she is exactly. I wanted to see that. and the like her CGI is pretty good, but there's certain times, especially like when she got in the water and came out, or like at a certain angle, it was like Gollum. You know, I could imagine her if they animated, she'd go like Rah! Like Gollum when he's go like and stuff. And also the CGI for the cyborgs, the other cyborgs with like the they'd have the face and then like the rest of it's like CGI or whatever. I said Transformers, and I'm wrong. It's more like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like Spy Kids, those weird robots and shit. It looks that bad to me. Like the CGI for like the technical aspects of like, it's a lot better, of course, but like the blending of the real life face with the CGI body just looked atrocious, especially some of these weird giant oversized bodies and like tentacle fingers and shit. It's like stupid.
That's the way the anime was done. I mean, they're literally lifting that straight from the anime. That's just the artistic style they went with for the person who even created this from the ground up.
Right, but it doesn't mean that they have to do the fight scenes the way they do it. The fight scenes remind me of Transformers. It just looks like so much going on in one screen, and it just isn't pleasing to look at.
And that's the way the anime works. I mean, I haven't seen the manga.
I know, but the fact that it's live action, you can't always do the same thing. Like, you can't have like a DBZ fight like how it is in the anime because it doesn't look right.
You know, the anime was also like really like rated R, as I understand it, like really gory.
Well, no, this was PG-13, and it's gory, but it's safe gore. It's like,
yeah, I know. I'm talking about what it was based on.
Oh, the anime. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the anime was definitely a lot more blood sport style. But anyways,
so have all you guys seen that movie? All of you?
Which one?
I haven't.
I've seen it twice.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was that good. I mean, I don't rarely go see movies twice, but I wanted to go see Alita twice because there were just certain things that I didn't catch the first time that I caught the second time around.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
I gave it. Go ahead.
I was Iron Wolf sounds like he likes it, but Rook and Angus don't sound like they like it a lot. I mean, you like it a lot, but you had picky stuff with it, or
well, like I give it a 7 out of 10. So you know, like I enjoyed it, and I like the character. But there is a lot of things that I didn't really like, and it just seemed like everybody, like at first I had no expectations, but then everybody saw it and word of mouth was saying it's the best freaking thing ever. Oh my God, it's the best shit. Go see it. It's so freaking good. And then it's just like, well, no, it's not that level of awesomeness, really. It just seems like it was just quite overhyped, but I think it's a good solid 7 with room for improvement, I would say. Just
I didn't think it was like the best thing ever either. That's why I gave it a round.
I know. I liked your review of it. I like your review, but just comparing to other people, it's just kind of like that's a little too much on it. She's an okay character. She's not even sexy really in the thing. She just is there with the body. There's nothing else thinking about.
Rookie,
I'm sure Lando would tap that.
Hey,
she's above his standard.
Hey, let me jump on that train. Did you guys see the NPC article that was slamming Alita for being too sexualized?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. That's how you do that video.
Oh, I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me?
I was like, she's not even sexualized at all. They don't even frame her sexually. She's just armored parts. There's nothing that makes her.
I mean, is it misogyny if like it's a robot?
I guess not.
Depends on who you ask.
Female robot.
Well, in my video, I made the point of the intersectionality thing about, transgenderism and all that is about being able to project yourself, how you see yourself. Wouldn't the transgender intersectional people be dancing the fucking jig that a person got a body and was able to project how they wanted to look on that body?
Yep.
That's a damn good point, dude.
It's like, you guys are so hypocritical, it hurts.
Guys, you hear this shit? This is why you need to sub to Geoff TheIronWolf. This is his channel, dude. Every video, he's just dropping like facts like these.
Sub his.
That's a great point.
Kaylin's on vacation, so I can't have her moderate. So I'll find the link myself.
And on top of that, folks, Geoff TheIronWolf has shot machine guns. So there.
Oh yeah, I have M249 and M240 Golf.
Nice.
Also shot an M203 grenade launcher. Of course, my M16A2. What else have I shot? I didn't get to shoot the Mark 19 grenade launcher. I really wanted to play with that.
Rats.
I have an airsoft gun.
Hey,
I got a potato gun. Check you out. No.
To add to the conversation, in my reaction video or whatever to Alita, one thing to kind of build off of what Ricky was saying is there's this big word of mouth in the fandom minutes, but I took that because I feel this movie would not get as hyped in the fandom menace community if it was not for the Captain Marvel stuff in wake coming next week. I feel it like whatever money this makes in America, there's a good chunk of it that's coming from repeat viewings from our fan base for this, because it's like you might like it okay, and you might have felt like it was a 7 or so, or maybe less, maybe a little more, whatever. But I think it'd be kind of middling, more like me or Rookie. But now there's this like, oh, Captain Marvel's coming, and she's, this SJW agenda, and it's becoming more and more obvious the closer we get to the release date. And so it's like, this is a way to stick it to her. This is a way to hopefully, if it stays in theaters till the 8th, so you can buy a ticket for that. If you even go see Captain Marvel for interest, for intrigue at all, you're going to probably boycott and pay for Alita, or you might just boycott and go see Alita because you like it. But I feel like there's a hype to it because of that, because of our side, and so we're like, at least 1 point of everyone's rating is because of this factor. Well, and that was the only reason I was interested in this movie, was because of the Phantom Menace. Otherwise, the trailers, I was like, I don't care to see this. Looks awful.
Well, Angus, the other side of that,
I told you on my level, I didn't give a flying fuck that was mean compared to Captain Marvel. I looked at it as, how well is this movie adapted from its source material for a big budget on-screen movie? And I know you say it's a low bar to set, but it is the best one to date. And I'm really hoping that this does good and more really good animes get adapted to the big screen like this. That's why I am praying this movie, if it's just one or a series, does really well, because I want to see more than this. Because Ghost in the Shell, that was bad. And Dragon Ball Evolutions, we don't talk about Dragon Ball Evolution.
Before you, because I understand that aspect of like anime fandom and stuff and manga, knowing about this. So I know that there is a fan base for this, and that fan base is like happy that this has been brought to screen. Just like comic fans that have read the comics, when they see something adapted, they like have a gist of where it's supposed to go. And like I read Infinity Gauntlet, like the Thanos quest stuff, so like I had a gist of like, okay, maybe they're going to bring back Hela as Mistress Death. They're going to like retool her or something, and they did. And I was like, oh, come on, you had a perfect layup there to retool it and not be so corny with some skull lady. But another aspect I didn't like that I keep forgetting is that it felt like a conglomeration of a bunch of different types of movies, but it felt like there was no I don't get a theme from it. I don't get like a point to it of like, you're not questioning consciousness or like autonomy or something. I got the most so far out of, I watched about 5 minutes, 10 minutes of David Stewart's video comparing it to like biblical themes. And it's like, oh, I see that now that he's pointing it out. It's subtle enough for if you're not looking for that, you might not notice it. I guess there's something there, at least with the imagery and whatnot, but I still don't get anything of merit from referencing like the heaven stuff or whatever. That might just be the way the story is written in the manga. But yeah, there's not a theme in my opinion.
Well, the thing is, I don't know a lot about the manga. I mean, I've never read it. I don't tend to read manga. If I do anything, I watch the anime of it, because that's what I have time to do and the money. But from what I understand, just this movie barely even scratched the surface of the anime, let alone the manga.
Yeah. Just real quick, I wanted to spin off of what Geoff was mentioning and kind of what Angus was mentioning about, how a lot of its success has to do with, our community really like cheering it on against Captain Marvel. I think to answer what Geoff was saying, like, well, this is something that the intersectional people should be supporting. I think the only reason they're attacking it is because our community is supporting it. That's the kind of games they play.
That's an interesting take on that.
I can't argue that.
I know that a lot of us. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Flipp.
I can't argue that point because, yeah, I mean, if we were silent or we said we hated it, they would have jumped down our throats on this movie.
Yep, 100%. Go ahead, Flipp.
I was wondering, I know that you guys, we have a few comic fans and some new in the collective fatherhood, the founding fatherhood.
The patriarchy.
Whatever. A patriarchy. So knowing that you guys are big fans of, and I'm not going where you think I'm going, Rookie, but I am curious what you guys think of the newfound comic fandom that you guys have, Angus.
Oh, dude, me and Ricky actually need to sit down, and this might take precedent as far as trying to get it out before Captain Marvel. I just read the first 6-issue iteration of X-23 from like Yost and Craig or whatever, from like 06, and oh my god, it's so good. I loved it. It's a female clone, Wolverine like in Logan and stuff, but like there's no like SJW-ness to it, and it's sad because it's like, I just happened to come across this like era of Marvel, like 08, 06 era. And it's like, man, there's so much shit to read. I just grabbed one book and I got like all these books I got to read this like, this one story, the X-Men and somewhat the Avengers. And I'm so excited to like go through this and have knowledge like other people, where it's like, if you're new to church, it's like, wow, I finally read Genesis. Now I get what you're talking about. It's kind of the same idea, where it's like, you're finally getting into it. You're getting into the cult, in essence. And it's cool. It's cool. And it's helping. Like, I started reading that, and then Rookie's like, hey, I'm trying to do this with my Force Awakens thing. And it's like, hey, you know what? I just read this. Maybe this will help, give you something. And we also got a skit idea that we need to actually hammer out. I'm talking about the gym thing. But yeah, it's fun. Art is a big part for me of why I'm interested in comics in the first place. If it looks good, then I'll check it out. And there's like an SJW comic series I'm reading that is a kind of a 1984 angle. That's pretty good. So yeah, it's fun. It's just trying to manage the money and utilize the library as much as possible. Because your libraries, check them out. I know it's archaic. Go to your library. They have a system you can check out stuff from your whole state, and they have graphic novel sections. So before you waste your money at the comic store or on eBay, check your library.
Yeah. And what about you, Rookie? I'm just curious.
Well, I only read 2 comics so far. I still have to read the one that Angus sent me, The Watchmen. It's a really thick comic book series. And then I'm still waiting. When I get my Indiegogo ones that I purchased, the Cyberfrog, Stealing Solo, Asami, and some of those.
But like for me, the last comic series I read was just about everything around the first Marvel Civil War. So seeing Civil War taken to the big screen, I wish they would have had more characters, but just even seeing that was like, oh, that's so cool seeing this come to life, because I read just about every single comic out of the first Civil War when Captain Marvel was Miss Marvel and was actually a halfway decent character who had flaws. Like I read the first one. It was like the first Avengers book that came after the Civil War, where Iron Man and Miss Marvel were leaving the team. And Iron Man turns into a female Ultron all of a sudden, and Miss Marvel has to lead the team, and you see her go, oh shit, what do I do?
Well, you know why Miss Marvel was flawed, Iron Wolf, because men were writing her.
Yeah. Oh, but the thing is, though, I will have to give the feminists this. The suit she was wearing as Miss Marvel wasn't physically possible. It was even tighter than latex. It was like literally a second skin. It was like, how the hell does she get in and out of that? Even though it looks hot, but it's just like, that's not practical or physically possible.
Hey, Wolf, are you planning to go to Captain Marvel?
Me? No, but not because of anything Brie Larson, not because of Rotten Tomatoes. It is just purely based on the trailers and teasers.
Dude, looks so boring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've said this before, and you guys probably know this. She has 3 modes in the trailer: bored to tears, constipated, or angry. She has no other emotion.
I'm tired of you telling me what I can do.
Like when you see her do her blast, she looks like she's trying to take a shit, not trying to shoot a blast.
And then they ripped off that scene from The Mummy where Brendan Fraser like yells back at the mummy, and she does it with the scroll, and it was just like, you did not nail that. That was awkward.
Take 2, please. Take 2.
Dude, not even that.
But take the scene where she's sitting there talking to fucking Samuel Jackson in that bar where she shoots that blast. I mean, just look at her eyes. She looks so bored to tears, like she just like, I have to explain this. Whatever. It's just,
dude, because she
when Jesse said she is basic bitch number 2, I'm like, oh my god, that sums up my entire feeling. She is the Valley Girl basic bitch.
She's literally playing resting bitch face.
Yeah, she looks like a deer in headlights.
Oh, my wife is so awesome. Like when I called her basic bitch number 2, my wife turned around and said, "That's an insult to basic bitches." I'm like, oh, my
Damn.
wife.
Fire.
Man.
Oh.
Man, now we know where you get your quips from, man. Damn.
Oh, but I was gonna say, I think a lot of the reason why she's like pushing this woke stuff and she's like, talking about, Captain Marvel as an activist movie and stuff like that. And the reason she is playing it like, with no emotion and stuff is because she was posting pictures of the comics she was reading as research. And a lot of the newer Captain Marvel comics, that is how they portray the character, like very androgynous, very serious,
Well, they revamped that again. I mean, I can't remember Yellow Flash 2 covered it, and another guy covered it, where she's a little more happy, feely, touchy, but she's still overpowered and still boring as sin, though she has a little bit more character, but she's still doing the smash the patriarchy.
Is she still androgynous? Like,
no, she actually has long hair. She actually has a feminine face and a feminine figure, even though her suit sucks still. But she's still the overpowered, girl power, annoying bitch. I mean, literally the one, like, you have to check out the newest comics of Captain Marvel. It's like they're trying to distill Brie into the comic now, and it's like, it's so bad. I mean, granted, the comic has a little bit more emotion on her face.
The comic has a better performance.
You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for all these cat fans of Goose, because I did my research. I read, I did my due diligence. I read 3 of the first 6 issues of like the main comic they're basing this off of from like 2014, and I couldn't take it, so I skipped ahead to the 2 that mattered for the cat, and it's actually interesting. I made a pretty fun video of actually like, hey, this actually would be kind of fun and wacky. This is like some weird comic book shit. It's like Nightcrawler with time and space. That's kind of cool. I don't know how much they'll use them, and that would be so underwhelming if they use a cat to like bite off Thanos' hand or bite his hand and go back in time or something. But there's all sorts of weird possibilities with the cat.
The cat bites his hand and goes back in time.
The cat species is called Flurkin, and I cannot wait for Soy Boys to be, are you Flurkin kidding me? And we can just take that and use it as more fuel against them.
Oh, but something else I was on Twitter, and it's something Abu Nas had tweeted, and I actually got into the feed, and this woman had said, I got into the advanced screening. I will be totally honest, ask me anything. And someone asked, what was your general feeling of the movie? And she said 3 out of 10 without missing a beat. I mean, they asked her, and she's just laying out what she saw. It's just like, yeah, this movie's fucking boring as all hell. Forget feminism. This is just a boring movie. And I'm just like, and a woman saying this?
Who was this?
Oh, it's in my Twitter feed. I don't know the person, but she was saying, like, I've really seen the movie Ask Me Anything. And spoilers be fucked. And she's like, well, who out of the Avengers is in it? Oh, Black Widow. You see Black Widow and Captain America, and I'm going, maybe this might be legit. And she's like, oh yeah, it's a fucking 3 out of 10. It's like fucking terrible.
Wait, they have Captain America in Captain Marvel?
No, Captain America and Black Widow show up near the end.
Oh, probably like a different timeline than what it started. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I was saying, like, he's still in fucking ice until Avengers, or like right before Avengers.
Well, you have to remember, at the end of Endgame, he was texting, and guess whose symbol showed up? Captain Marvel. So she is in.
Oh no, it wasn't a text. Nick Fury sent out that beeper signal. Yeah.
Pager. Yeah.
Dude, hey, anyone in the chat, like, I want to discuss this because this is so retarded. For if these spoilers are real, it's just general. It's mainly about her power, because Kevin Feige said she's going to be the most powerful. She's more powerful than Thanos. Okay, you got 3 seconds before I drop this spoiler. 3, 2, and go. She gets her power from the Tesseract. Okay, which is the I think the Power Stone. Thanos gets all freaking 6 stones, so how the hell would he?
Tesseract is the space stone. It's the space one.
She doesn't get her power from the Tesseract, and
I'm talking about in this
way. What Feige's trying to say, if you take away the gauntlet, just Thanos on his own, that Captain Marvel can beat his ass, just as the Mad Titan.
Well, then the idea is that they get the glove off and then she comes in, I guess.
Yeah.
But then Thor could just do it.
Remember, when he snapped his fingers on the glove, the gauntlet shattered, as did the Infinity Stones. That glove is gone.
Oh my God! What if Captain Marvel gets the gauntlet? Oh God!
I don't know. Here, I'm going to address the chat real quick since we haven't given them too much attention in a little bit. So we got the Boxing and Jedi's Temple. He says, "Give me a shout out, fellows." Well, here's your shout out: the Boxing and Jedi's Temple. Have you guys checked him out yet?
No, not yet.
Yes.
Not yet. Awesome. Does he do unboxings? I would assume.
Well, he's a boxing fan and he's a Star Wars fan. He did a really cool video yesterday about his Star Wars collection with Metallica playing. I think it was Orion playing in the background.
Nice.
That's a cool mix.
Cool.
It's a cool mix. Sounds right. I think it's his alley.
Yeah, he sounds Italian. He's a black dude, but he sounds Italian. You know, it's pretty funny.
Yep.
We should ask him how to say pizza in Italian.
Hey guys, I gotta ask this. This is Salvador or Salvador. Did anyone see Anna's video addressing the guy who runs Rotten Tomatoes used to work for Disney for 12 years? Bit of a coincidence, eh?
Yeah,
I saw PBS breaks that, and I don't know, because see, I don't buy into that connection just off of like, oh, he worked there so long, because the guy who started DreamWorks and did Shrek was like jaded for not getting the CEO spot at Disney, so it's like I don't buy that so far, but it given what's happened with Rotten Tomatoes, it does make it suspicious, at least by association. But you know, I'm waiting for something more than just, oh, he used to work there, because like
I'm looking at it this way. It was Disney's like, we will crush you, bend the knee or else. That's what I think went down.
I feel like you're right, Iron Wolf, on that, because either A, they were updating the website, which is highly unlikely. They've never done it before, especially, just took down all of the movies reviews and want to see ratings. That makes no sense.
Yeah, no, they got told bend the knee or else. I think that's what happened.
Well, what's weird about it too is why wouldn't, because this is like, they have to know you're just giving geeks, giving the quote unquote troll media more fuel, and you're helping channels grow just by this Rotten Tomatoes hashtag. Why would you not wait till Captain Marvel is released? Wait till the audience rating is allowed for review, and then just sneak it in there and be like, oh wait, they got rid of this. Now I can't do it to episode 9.
But when has Disney, since buying Marvel and Lucasfilm, done the smart thing that shuts us up? Oh wait, they haven't. I mean, tell me one time they've done that.
Yeah, and to Angus's point, all they've done now is just screw their actual audience score when it comes out.
That's right.
Oh yeah, like the 30,000 plus people who basically got shut the fuck up over this. Oh, they're gonna come in and drop the hammer and bring their friends while they're at it.
Well, going in along that with the next question, right? Kitty says, "Are you guys done with the MCU after the Endgame?"
More than likely, yeah, just for the sheer fact of it's been 10 years, and a lot of the characters I enjoy are saying, hey, we're hanging it up. Like, I'm kind of done.
Yeah, it's as simple as this. Like, oh, go ahead, Flip.
No, go ahead, man.
Yeah, for me, I'll be quick. For me, it's just like, I'm going to see Endgame, and then after that, I think I'm done with needing to see every single MCU film that comes out. Endgame is the bookend to the story I was invested in since I was in middle school in 2008 when Iron Man came out. And
young in 2008, you were in middle school. 2008, I was getting out of the Marine Corps.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in 8th grade back then. 2008.
Yeah, same.
Go ahead, Brooke. Sorry.
I was gonna say, well, like I've already kind of made it to where I don't need to see every MCU film. I mean, after Black Panther, honestly, I was kind of like, I mean, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it at all. But I was just like, I don't need to see all these in theaters, and I don't need to see all of them. I mean, I think I could have seen Infinity War without seeing Black Panther, and I would have been just fine. I might not have known a few of the characters, but I think I would have gotten the gist. Ant-Man and the Wasp, that's on Netflix for free, and I did not see it in theaters. I watched maybe half of it, and I don't really care to see the rest. Captain Marvel, I don't really feel like seeing it either. I don't need to see every movie that comes out. The Spider-Man Homecoming 2 or Far From Home or whatever looks. I like Tom Holland and I don't mind it, but I mean, I don't really have a desire to see it either. So I'm not like saying I'm done. I swear off it, but I'm not just gonna guarantee to see it. So.
Same.
I'm not trying to. Well, no, I am. So I'm gonna go ahead and check my white privilege now. Oscars or not, I didn't think Black Panther was an incredible movie by any stretch of the imagination. And so at that point, really, what jumped the shark for me, beyond the obvious Captain Marvel stuff, was that they started, awarding Black Panther Oscars, before they even awarded them the Oscar. I mean, you already knew, like, come on. And it is a telltale that they already have these SJWs, NPCs, whatever you like, all up in that organization. So I know for a fact that Robert Downey Jr. is going to continue to be in as sort of a cameo, in some of the upcoming movies. Like he's still there, he's in retirement, but here he comes to help one more time. Oh, sorry, Pepper Potts, I won't do it again, honey. Because now he's got to bow to his relationship situation. I can see where it's going, man, and I think Cap dies probably. Obviously, I don't know for sure, but I think he dies, and I think they're talking about making Shuri a big part of the next wave, and obviously the Invisible Woman and the Fantastic Four are going to be a big part of it as well.
Shuri makes sense given where she's from, but it's just like we need more time with them. They're shoving it down our throat without developing them. They're like, you're going to like this because it says Marvel.
I don't think Cap's going to die. I think that I don't see why they would allow Chris Evans to make that, goodbye on Twitter before Endgame comes out, because that's a massive spoiler. I think it's a misdirect.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I want some finality now. I want there to be some type of end-ish for something. Like, a lot of people want things to continue on and on and on, but it's like, where's the substance? The more you go.
Well, if it's good, then.
I agree, but they got to also be willing to get rid of some of their best characters.
Well,
is it possible?
For some of these guys, they've been doing it over a decade. It's like Robert Downey Jr. is at the point of he basically wants to retire out of acting. I mean, the guy's like, "Hey, I had my renaissance. I'm done. I've made my money. I've made my mark. I'm out."
It could be that I'm backwards. It could be that it's Iron Man that's out, or dies. But I feel like they definitely have to have someone definitively die. I don't know for sure. I mean, but it feels like either Cap or Iron Man's gonna go. I don't know that for sure.
I honestly also think Hulk might finally go. I think
Hulk's
they've been struggling to do anything with him since they started.
Oh, Russell said after Endgame he's out. Like basically the major four, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and Captain America, have all said after this we are done.
Kill Hawkeye.
Wait, when did they say that?
They said that before Endgame was even filming. It's like, yeah, this is our last rodeo. I mean, they had to extend Chris Evans' contract. Like, Chris Evans had said this for a year. It's like, Endgame's my final contractual movie. And so did Hemsworth and a couple of others, because they're like, yeah, after this, we're out. We're done. We're bowing out. We're gone.
Well, I heard different.
Well, when does that actually definitive? I mean, a lot of actors say they're done.
Hold on, Flipp's been trying to say something.
Go ahead, Flipp.
It's Sith. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, go ahead, Flipp. You were trying to say something.
Oh, that's right. God damn it. No, man, I'm good. I was just saying, I was agreeing with you guys. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was saying, like, Hugh Jackman said he was done with Wolverine like 6 movies ago, and now he is done with Logan, but he said that quite a few times before Logan, that he was done. So when an actor says they're done, doesn't mean they're done.
But the thing is, all of their contractual obligations are up, and none of them are renewing. In fact, Hemsworth is already moving on to Men in Black.
See, I think that's a bad move. I think you should stick around for at least one more, just in case Men in Black doesn't work out for him. Because I don't think it is. I don't think
it is either. But the thing is, Chris Evans has flatly said, "Yeah, after Captain America, I'm hanging up the shield. I am out. I want to go do other things."
Sorry. One thing I forgot to add to that is, I think possibly, even though they're all kind of Hollywood elitists, I think possibly they know that full SJW injection into this medium kills any likability.
Oh,
And
Chris, I think
do
they
they
rely
on that Kool-Aid, man. He is way down that rabbit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know he is, but like the other guys, you know, they're general Hollywood elitists, but they don't really say shit. Especially Downey Jr. He just kind of chill for the most part.
Yeah, you have to understand about Robert Downey Jr. Until he got Iron Man, Hollywood had basically thrown him under the bus and forgotten about him. They basically ripped him off.
Oh, way back in the day. Okay.
Yeah, right before. I mean, he was literally being thrown to the side by Hollywood, and then Iron Man came out, and that literally rejuvenated his career.
Well, speaking of Iron Man, Mega Jetty 1 says Iron Man 2 is way better than Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Only good thing about Iron Man 3 was all the iron suits. Other than that, it was a fucking terrible movie.
I hated what they did with the Mandarin.
I actually like that twist.
Agreed. I like what they did with Pepper Potts.
I like the twist of Mandarin because I haven't read the comics. I like the twist, but they got such a shitty guy behind the Mandarin persona with Guy Pearce. Like, I don't buy that.
Yeah, and then they tried to cover it up by doing that one shot that said, no, the real Mandarin is someone else.
Yeah, but the thing is, I like all the Iron Man suits. Like, my favorite Iron Man suit finally made it in a movie, which is Silver Centurion. The ones with the blade gauntlet.
What's funny is that the Iron Man suits are the one thing I didn't give two shits about in Iron Man 3. I liked Iron Man. I liked the rest of it. There's other things in it that I thought were pretty good.
The
Iron Man 1 was the best.
Was a whole
amazing,
series on it at some point.
But the suits were cool, and I know I said this already, but I liked Pepper Potts in that at the end. And but the only thing I fear is that they're going to make the what's her name, Red Rescue or some shit like that.
Rescue is already confirmed for Endgame.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that.
No, Rescue is already confirmed in Endgame. She will be Rescue in Endgame.
Who's that?
Basically, in the comics, Tony Stark made a suit specifically for Pepper. All it had was the repulsors. It didn't have any other special technology, but it had a lot of defenses. And she basically called herself Rescue because she just ran in and rescued people with the armor.
Yes, so Rookie, right there in Infinity War, where Iron Man is crawling into I don't know what that ship is to go after the wizard, but he
the donut.
He's on the phone with Pepper Potts, and she's like, Tony, I'm going to, and I always read that like she's coming after him, like I'm going to come after you. So that makes a lot of sense. If you see that scene again, check it out.
Oh, that'd be interesting if that's how he gets found. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but no, guys, there are already pictures of Gwyneth Paltrow in the Rescue armor.
That's right.
A violet set of armor. That's Rescue.
The only thing I'm afraid of is this is going to turn into an SJW female forces, the forces female type of thing,
No, Gwyneth Paltrow has no desire to do a Rescue movie or anything like that. She's just doing it because they need all hands on deck. It's kind of one of those things.
I agree, Wolf. I'm just saying that you've got Shuri, who's going to be the smartest one there. You've got Captain Marvel, who's going to be the strongest one there. And then they're just adding the females in with Rescue, who's going to rescue the men because, they need rescuing now.
I think that's stretching right now.
That is stretching. I think the worst one is definitely going to be Captain Marvel. I mean, Shuri didn't really bother me. Like she didn't bother me. I just think that's Black Panther's little sister, right? The tech genius.
Yeah,
Shuri.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't bother me. She seemed like the goofy, brainiac 16-year-old kid that you've all seen. Shuri didn't bother me out of Black Panther.
Yeah, the thing with Shuri, like everyone's like, "What are those?" And it's like that is so lame. But when she's like, "Oh, I made this new thing. I call them sneakers," and it's like I like that. It's lame, but I like it because it shows that like as smart as she is, she's out of touch with some bit of reality. It's like I like.
She's that quintessential nerd with her head in the clouds.
You know what's funny about that scene, Angus, where she's like, "Look at those" or whatever. And then she's like, "Oh, there! I call them sneakers. They don't make a sound when you walk." And then the Black Panther runs up the ramp, and it makes a bunch of stomping sounds. Check that out. Pretty
nice.
But though, I mean, the thing I liked about Infinity War, though, you had the chick scenes, but they were done so well. Like when all the women are fighting, like the Black Panther girl, Black Widow against like the female. On
Proxima Midnight.
Did Infinity War get nominated for any Oscars?
Infinity War, no. This is all
That's-
Black Panther was the only Marvel movie that got any nomination.
Should've got
Yo,
visual effects.
that's fucked up. That's not even like, dude. Infinity War was way better than Black Panther.
Well,
Infinity War blew the roof off the curve.
Dude, honestly, because I didn't watch the Oscars, but I saw highlights. I know what Roma won Best Director. I'm trying to think what won Best Picture. Green Book, yeah.
Green
sorry,
Book? What?
I was mixing up Best Director and Best Picture because I had them flipped. I was like, oh, Roma won Best Picture. If they didn't win, I think Black Panther won. But never mind.
But no,
You know, guys, I feel like I need to defend
the funny
myself
part
here
is about Green Book,
I
though.
think that
The critics. No, sorry.
no, I'm
Go ahead, Flip.
I'm trying. I feel like I need to defend myself because when I say that I feel like it's going to take a forces female turn, I guess that might have been the wrong thing. I think they're going to go like a Ghostbusters route where all the heroes are, mostly women.
No.
And I'm not against women. I'm not against
I know, but are you saying that you think they're going to do that in Endgame or after Endgame?
I think
I think he's referring to
forward.
Brie Larson's comments about an all-female Avengers, right, Flip?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I could see them trying to pull that stunt, but I don't think they're going to go to the level of Ghostbusters. But I could see an all-female Avenger style movie coming out.
I think that could happen too, just not in Endgame. But after Endgame, anything can happen.
I am calling
any
it.
Other day.
No, go flip.
Any other day, I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. Look, man, I'd like if there were 3 Wonder Womans all in one movie. That'd be freaking awesome.
Hell yeah.
But it's something that when I say this, I'm not saying, oh, well, there's going to be women everywhere. God, we can't have that. I like men. It's not like that. I'm trying to say that they're going to go, man. They're
going to go full
I know what you're saying. You're saying it's not that, they do an all-women's team. It's just, the angle they're going to take with it, like really heavily political.
Dude, once the X-Men come, I'm calling it. They're going to they're going to use the Hugh Jackman excuse, which I think is valid to a point. They're going to use the Hugh Jackman excuse of like, well, people are so familiar with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine over 9 or 10 movies. We just decided to go with X-23. I like X-23 as a character if she's written well, but do not doubt that will happen because they'll use that excuse to plug an extra woman into because they got so many characters with the X-Men, they can just make them all fucking female besides like gay Iceman. It's going to happen. Look forward to that. If we keep paying, if it sustains money from the general audience when we dip out, the like hardcore repeat viewing fans that buy the Marvel Legends collections and shit, the reason why they're expensive on eBay after a year, if we dip out because we keep doing this, if the general audience still holds these movies up, they're going to go full forces female. I'm with Flip on that.
Yep. Go ahead, Flip.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good.
I was going to read more super chat. I was going to read more chats.
You wish
it's only a super chat. That'd be great.
Yeah, you pulled the Sith exactly.
Yep. Well, because the name was highlighted, so I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a super chat." But So Mega Jetty 1 says there's a rumor that Endgame will have the Avengers traveling back in time and encounter classic comic villains that have yet to be featured. A proper Mandarin maybe.
I don't think that. I think that the set photos that people thought was back in time was really just, modern day post the finger snap, the gauntlet snap. Sorry.
Dude, that would undercut everything. Like Days of Future Past kind of reset stuff, but they went forward after that with like their trilogy. And you see with Dark Phoenix, they're kind of like some things in history repeat themselves, no matter what you do to meddle with it. If you retcon and go back in time with somehow, or to like reset this universe with new characters, you're going to piss a lot of people off.
True. Mega also says, do we think that we'll get a Submariner movie after Endgame?
Don't care.
Moxrock says after that, he says, after Aquaman, if they release Submariner, it will fail.
Yeah, I don't see where the interest is.
What? You both talked at the same time. What?
Go ahead, Sith.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, Aquaman got there first, so a Submariner movie would just be too similar.
True. Agreed.
Yeah, I don't see much interest there.
And it looks like Angus was timing out Drunk 3PO in the chat for a little while.
He said Black Panther was the best, hands down. I'm like, no, son. That's
We can make it, we can make that phrase a banned phrase.
Can you guys stop bullying my droid?
we have Black Panther be a banned word. Lethal does that all the time with Raylo in his chats. That if you do that, it'll time out your message.
oh,
Ooh,
so like
interesting.
auto times you? That's hilarious. So it's like it outs you. It's like, hey,
It'll do it itself without us even doing anything.
That's awesome.
All right, well, hey, those two bald guys just showed up.
Hey,
What's
Hey,
up?
guys,
What's up,
yeah.
Jay and Dez?
Yep, and Lethal Lightning's here. I'm trying to scroll down in the chat and answer people's questions as they go. Lethal Lightning says, sweating my balls off in this heat. Well, he said of this heat, garbage tier. But,
Black Angus said in response, "My mouth is watering now." Lethal.
he says, my mouth's watering.
What?
Everybody,
Rookie,
you
why
want
is
bald?
Black Angus
Whoa, one at a time, guys.
I want to go down under.
He wants to experience the thunder from down under.
Black Angus wants some Famunda cheese.
And the cheese. Yep. Tariel, her T's Fandom Groove says, thank you, Collective, for the shout out on Twitter for my videos. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, big time.
Yeah,
helping
or shout out Tariel. She's been she was one of the first supporters of the Senate, and she supports all my videos. She comments, and she does it for a lot of people in the community. So check her out. She does streams sometimes, and they're fun. So go sub to her channel.
Yeah, she watches literally everybody's video in this entire community. She watches everybody's
she's
video.
awesome.
That's
man.
crazy. That's incredible dedication.
Always makes a comment. Hey, didn't she change her name? I know that she might have changed it for.
Yeah, it used to be Tariel. Now it's T's Fandom Grove.
There you go.
Yeah, but I still call her Tariel. It rolls off the tongue smoother.
Yeah, same. I know her as Tariel now.
MoxRox1103 says the MCU has said they are going full SJW. So if they follow the comics, we will get female Thor, female Iron Man, etc.
Oh God!
Too late to do female Thor.
They didn't say we are going SJW, but they did put a lot of faith in Captain Marvel and going forward with that stuff. In the commercial or the trailer before Alita played, I don't know if it played for you, Wolf and Angus, but they played like a documentary style trailer where Feige and the cast and crew were like, "Oh yeah, she's the she's the strongest superhero in the MCU," and he's like, "Yeah, we're definitely going to go forward with her leading everybody." And it's just like, "Oh my God, really?"
That's so retarded.
Hey, can I jump in on this?
Yeah,
I swear to God, if they bring in Squirrel Girl, the new Miss Marvel, and Riri Williams as Ironheart, I am well past done because I read a portion of some of those comics and literally just threw up in my mouth. It was so bad.
Wolf,
Yeah.
it is Marvel, man.
Well, it's like
they are going that route.
I could imagine Squirrel Girl being written well, but I doubt they could ever do that now, especially with what they want to push.
Well, I would just like to see some Squirrel Girl porn parody.
I knew you were going to say something.
Oh my God.
Oh God, why? So you
I've
could
never
bury
really been a
her
big
nuts?
fan
Oh,
of
Dad said that
Squirrel
wrong.
Squirrel Girl meets the Hulk.
I've never really liked much of that. I don't know why. It just never really. You guys like Squirrel Girl?
Itty Bird says that would be the worst idea ever.
Shut up, Minty. Well, yeah, because the squirrel's getting all the seeds from the birds, so he's just jealous.
Angus is our most outspoken member of the collective.
So many nuts in her mouth. What?
Get some soap. All right, that's basically caught up with the chat now. So
Nice. Took you long enough.
yeah, because you guys every time I read one chat, we go for 10 minutes.
I know exactly how I feel.
Hey, Rookie, what's our next topic?
I don't know. I mean, we keep on talking about the MCU. Do you guys want to stay on that or switch up to something else?
Let's switch it up.
What else do you guys want to talk about?
I got one.
Go ahead.
I'm stealing it from Star Wars Theory's tweet. Do you guys think that Anakin and Vader were two different people, or were they the same person?
Same person. No. It was two different people in one body.
Yeah, it was a multiple personality disorder.
Split.
No, I just kind of see it as, one guy makes a huge mistake and realizes it, doing it for something he wanted to do, and then, fucks up and can't go back really, and then just, changes to be more okay with it.
My theory is that
says, sorry.
my theory is that, you know, Vader is, you know, the mechanism and the persona that Anakin created in his mind to like hide, like not hide from the past, but to not be in the past, you know, like, and to deal with the pain. Like, so he created Vader as like a defense mechanism. That's why, like in Vader comics and stuff, like when he looks back, he always like looks at the old Anakin in like the third person. So I think his mind does that to separate himself from, you know, the painful past. I also think that when Luke shows up, um, the reason he was able to be redeemed is because his son showing up made it okay in Anakin's mind to be Anakin again. So he kind of broke through the Vader like defense mechanism. That's just my theory, but
Well, not only that, guys, look at Revenge of the Sith.
yeah,
You can tell when Anakin is being Vader. Sorry, I was chewing on something.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, look when he slaughters the Separatist Council. His eyes are yellow. He is totally in.
Yo, what happened to the badass Sith eyes? I missed that.
But the thing is, though, in the book, he puts those eyes away when Padme shows up because he wants to project the nice Anakin she knows.
He puts them away in his pocket.
No, he shifts his eyes back. He puts them away. He hides them behind his normal eyes.
They retract.
Dude, that'd be so lame if like Padme comes and Anakin like sees it, like, oh crap, I gotta go to the bathroom to take my contacts.
I'll be right back, Padme. Hold on.
No, but guys, but the thing is,
though, pokes his eye because he's rushing. He's like, ah, fuck.
Yeah, no, but what the funny thing is, though, is that when he fights Obi-Wan, he's not fighting as Vader. He is completely off-center, and he's just angry, pissed off Anakin, not deadly serious Vader. That's why he loses to Obi-Wan on Mustafar. If he had been in Vader mode, Obi-Wan, I don't think would have stood a chance.
You know, y'all are making me think of Star Wars in a new light that I've never came across. Because there's a disconnect just the time difference of the prequels and the original trilogy. And I'm a prequel kid, but I've never, I've come to grow and love the original trilogy, of course, for its storytelling. But I've never really saw that angle of, we all gravitate to like Luke being such a kind-hearted guy that his genocidal father of 20 plus years in the galaxy, offing whoever dare crosses the Empire. Luke sees that hint of good in him from his past. It's like, I might be able to save my dad that I don't really know at all. And, and it's like, well, that's, it's really endearing quality in him. And, but I've never thought of Luke as Leia's or as Padme's child, and how that would affect Vader knowing that he's alive and feeling that, and maybe feeling Padme somehow spiritually in Luke. So that's actually really fucking cool. I've never thought of that angle. So thank y'all. Thank you, Seth, for bringing this topic up.
You're welcome.
I always thought of Obi-Wan as a wild card. Honestly, I think he beat Anakin fair and square.
Yes, I have a video coming about that, and I'm right with you.
That's awesome, man.
And I know exactly why he was able to do that.
Another 2K video?
Because he had the high ground.
Well,
the high ground conquers all.
It's not only that. There was an actual. The reason why Obi-Wan won was a whole host of things. One, like I said, Anakin was only fighting as angry Anakin. He was not fighting as Vader. He was wild. He wasn't focused. Two, Obi-Wan knew Anakin like the back of his hand because they fought together, sparred together. I mean, it was two brothers literally trying to kill each other. Yeah, it's like two brothers trying to kill each other who know each other intimately.
Yeah, everything Anakin knows, Obi-Wan taught him.
Three, and this is something me and my buddy talked about. At the time of Revenge of the Sith, Anakin was basically at mastery level because there's novice, beginner, intermediate, advanced, mastery, and then grandmaster. Anakin was pretty much at mastery level, knocking on the door of grandmaster. Obi-Wan, by the end of Revenge of the Sith, was at grandmaster in Sorasu. I mean, he could literally stand toe-to-toe with just about anybody, and you couldn't break his defenses unless you wore him down.
It's why he survived Grievous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Obi-Wan was super strong. If he'd turned to the dark side, man, I don't know about you, but I think that'd be a cool Legends comic.
In fact, when I'm doing my analysis of every single lightsaber style, I'm going to be doing individual duelists and breaking down their form. And
Dude,
Obi-Wan is pretty much going to be the prime example because Mace Windu didn't call Obi-Wan a master of Sorasu. He called Obi-Wan the master of Sorasu. Like,
yes.
no one better than him.
Dude, he's like the Floyd Mayweather of lightsaber combat.
Yeah, exactly. If you fought Obi-Wan head to head, like there's this great scene in the Revenge of the Sith book where Dooku is trying to force Obi-Wan into an Ataru flip because Obi-Wan had started fighting in Ataru just to throw off Dooku. And he's like, oh, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to gut him. And next thing you know, Dooku goes through his routine. Obi-Wan neatly picks off the entire routine, barely moving a muscle that he doesn't need to move. I mean, he wastes no energy. His blocks are perfect. And even Dooku's going, wait a minute, that shit, oh my god, he is a master of Sorasu. Okay, now I'm in trouble.
Dude, also, he quickly downloads and analyzes what the person is fighting is doing, like their moves, and he predicts them. Like, look at Rebels when he finally killed Maul. Like, you saw the different stances he went through, and he finally settled on the one Qui-Gon did. Because he knew that Maul was going to do the same move he did to break Qui-Gon's defense, and that's why he was able to cut through the saber. It was so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At first, Sith, I really hated that. I was like, are you kidding me? 3 fucking moves. But as time went on, it sank in how important it was that it was such a quick fight, you know?
Yeah, I still don't like it. I think they should have gone for like 2 minutes, just had it be very passionate fight. And
but the thing is, though, Obi-Wan, it didn't represent where Obi-Wan had gone, and Maul was still the same rabid animal. Obi-Wan, I mean, it's like, you know, going up. You've seen Kill Bill, right? And it's kind of like the bride going after that one Grandmaster in Kung Fu, and the Grandmaster in Kung Fu kicks her ass in like 3 moves. It's that same methodology of Obi-Wan was going to end that fight very quickly, and he did. I had no problem with that.
Before it started.
Oh, exactly.
I don't know. Sometimes when older people do cool shit, and it's like, how did you do that? And it's just like wisdom, bro.
Hey, I want to add this, Sith and Wolf. Maul had gotten older, but his main fighting style, oh my god, Juri? God, I can never pronounce it. Juyo. It was an acrobatic fighting style, and he got old. You know, he was even using his lightsaber as a freaking, walking.
Juyo isn't. Juyo is basically, and I'll break this down, but Juyo is basically the other 6 forms distilled down into raw ferocity and attack.
Attack, yeah.
Juyo really isn't that great on the defense.
Offensive,
now, really skilled forms, and that's the thing about all the different forms. Like, oh, this form is better than this form. Like, there's no such thing as a perfect form.
It's how you use it. Each form has its own strengths and weaknesses.
This is the one thing I love about Star Wars and its martial arts is there are no dangerous forms. There are only dangerous people.
Yes.
Well, going back to the Maul thing real quick with the fight, I think why it's disappointing is because bringing Maul back was clearly like a fan service. I think Lucas knew in the back was like, man, I did another Boba Fett. I killed off a cool guy way too quick, and he found a way to kind of bring him back through the Clone Wars with the Night Sisters and the magic, or what I just call it magic, whatever the type of force power they're using. And because Savage wasn't like good enough fan service, and maybe I don't know if they had Maul planned from the beginning or if they had Savage. He didn't work necessarily, and so they're like, hey, we'll just rope him in with Maul and bring Maul back. But continuing him into Rebels, I feel like they should have really paid some fan service, and so that's why it's disappointing. It's like, yeah, I'm fine with like the whole like cycle rounding out, coming back to Obi-Wan. Of course, it's like, okay, that's cool. I don't like the Jedi. Even Obi-Wan, I'm like, I'd rather you die, but I know he has to complete the story.
You're a Darksider.
Yeah, but it's like, cool, kill Maul, I get it, but just give him an iconic death, not just a like zip. Oh yeah, I just pwned you, bro.
Dude, it was iconic.
But the fact that Obi-Wan was holding him as he died, and Maul
Yes.
over is like, is that what's going to be Palpatine? And Obi-Wan goes, yeah.
Yes.
And
The
then
one.
Maul's
Is he the
like,
one?
"Okay, I'm at peace. Cool. I'm out."
Yeah, he says, "Is he the one?" or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Which I thought was even more powerful than just a 2-minute long.
Dude, it was so layered, so layered. But Jeff, I wanted to ask you something, and I'm curious because you're really knowledgeable on lightsaber forms.
Okay.
What lightsaber form does Kylo Ren use?
Kylo Ren's kind of like a mixed martial artist. In fact, a lot of the lightsaber duels aren't purely in one lightsaber form. But Kylo Ren, he's mostly in Form 5, Shien/Denjo. But he also has a little bit of Form of Ataru, and I could probably see some Juyo. But mostly Form 5. Same as those
explain to me like what Form 5 is.
Form 5 is Shien. In fact, your favorite character, Starkiller, uses a variation of Form 5. He uses Sith Shien.
Nice.
But Shien, in practical terms of like Earth terms, like what we think of it as the lightsaber form of Kendo. It is all about strength and power. Basically, what Form 5 was created from, it was created from Form 3, but the practitioners of Form 3 who wanted to create Form 5 looked at Form 3 and like, it's really great at defense, but it has no offensive power. So they basically took the Form 3 and gave it some attack power.
Do you think Disney Star Wars is like cognizant of like what lightsaber dueling style each character is going to have, or do you think it's like something that retroactively the story group tries to fit it in with one?
I don't think they even do it. I think we the fans do it. I mean, Kylo Ren is really, really wild. I mean, hell, you want to take an interesting hodgepodge character? Vader. I mean, his basis is Form 5, but he uses a lot of Form 3, Form 1, even a couple of Form 2. Like, when he takes off Luke's hand, that's a Form 2 move. Like, where he goes tap, 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 and takes his wrist right off. That's a Form 2 maneuver.
See, I wish they played into that more because it's such a cool dynamic of, like, the different styles, and then maybe, a true Jedi Master knows, like, a few different styles, and then they could change their styles mid-duel to change the tide of like a lightsaber duel. Like that kind of stuff would be so cool, like to see that, focus more on screen.
Go back and watch Attack of the Clones and Dooku fighting Obi-Wan, Anakin, and then Yoda. His style changes to mimic who he's fighting. Like when he's fighting Obi-Wan, he's fighting in Form 4 because Obi-Wan hadn't switched over to Form 3 yet. And then when they get in that saber guard, then he flips to Form 2 and does that quick tap to his arm and then hits him in the leg and drops him. And then when he's fighting Anakin, when he takes out Anakin's green lightsaber and Anakin's fighting his blue, they're both fighting in Form 5. That's why, when they're fighting, and then he gets that quick arm move, takes off Anakin's arm and throws him. And then you see Dooku like sitting there panting. It's because he had to pump in so much force to match Anakin's brute strength as a 19-year-old. That's why he's sitting there going, holy crap. And then he turns around and fights Yoda in Form 4. Because if you notice, him and Yoda are both spinning around like tops. He's fighting in Form 4.
Damn.
That's cool that you know all those styles.
I mean, that's why by the end of it, Dooku looks like he's completely out of breath and looks like he's ready to collapse because he's literally, and this is kind of going back to the video I did about the Force is only as good as the user. Using the Force like that requires a lot of stamina.
For some reason,
the less stamina you have.
Hey,
that's
Wolf,
why
I thought you were going to say female.
I think you should, IronWolf, you should check out Lightsaber Addict, dude. You guys could probably do a collab together because he's just as seriously, obviously, per the name, Lightsaber Addict.
Yeah, I'll have to look him up. But
yo, Jeff, what's a good source for me to like start learning about the different forms?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, okay.
I mean, they have all 7 forms, but like that's how I mean, Wikipedia is where I'm getting a lot of my information, and I found a couple other things, but I don't have them off the top of my head. But Wikipedia is basically your one-stop shop for at least the baseline basis. I mean, Luke in here, I'll break down Luke Skywalker. In Empire Strikes Back, he was mostly fighting in Form 3, Form 4, and Form 5. In Return of the Jedi, he was way more into Form 4, though he did use some Form 5. Like that boot where he kicks Vader down the stairs, that's a Form 5 technique through and through. That's a power move.
Damn.
So, guys, is Luke dead? Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
I think that's a good one for another stream. You guys want to start wrapping up?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, when you guys start asking me about all this stuff, I really just like...
No, you're good.
Dude, I love it.
Love that. I know we love that. I think that's why before we get into Luke, I think that's a good one for another discussion. We got a whole year until that one comes out. So a good one for next time to get Wolf rolling.
Is it still another year?
It feels like it's under a year, but it's still.
Yeah. But guys, I mean, if you want to talk about a lightsaber duelist from Legends now, ask away. I can probably break them down what styles they're using.
Nice.
Hit me with one because I've done 4.
Revan.
Revan, he is. It depends on what style. Like if he's dual wielding, he's in Form 6. He's in Jerkai. If he's solo wielding, it kind of depends on who he's fighting. I mean, if he's fighting someone with a lightsaber, he's probably in Form 2. If he's fighting someone with a blaster, he's probably in Form 5.
That's cool.
Oh, Immortal Coil Vapad was not developed until Mace Windu 4,000 years later. Oh, and sometimes he would go into Juyo. I mean, Revan was kind of like the mixed martial artist lightsaber. I mean, that guy could adapt to anything and fight with anything.
That's awesome.
Well, as you guys can tell, Geoff TheIronWolf is the master at lightsaber form techniques. And I just posted all our links in the chat, so definitely check him out if you want to find out more stuff like that. He's got an awesome series coming up pretty soon with it, and it's gonna be sick. That's gonna be his first 1K view video, I'm pretty sure.
And I'm gonna put it on the collective, but I'll also post it on my own channel. But like the first video that I'm gonna have Rookie help me edit, like I've got to start getting photos of like different stuff I want him to show, is gonna be Shi Cho, which is Form 1, which is the building block of all lightsaber forms. It is the basis. And it'll show because there's one guy named Shad Versity. If you haven't checked him out, he does a lot of medieval light stuff. But he brought up lightsabers, and he was going about, well, why do they fight like in kendo or like broadsword style? Why aren't they fighting more like, rapier style fighting? And I'm like, I'm going to answer that question because it all goes back to how lightsabers came to be and what they were originally fighting when they were in their infancy. Like Sith, riddle me this. You know about the Rusan Reformation, right?
The what?
The Rusan Reformation.
No, it doesn't. Nothing's coming to mind.
Well, the Rusan Reformation was basically when the last major Sith war happened at the seventh Battle of Rusan, where Darth Bane took the Sith into the rule of 2 and disappeared.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember now.
This disappeared. What was the thing the Jedi most faced? Blasters. So most Jedi fought in one of 2 forms, Form 3 or Form 5, the 2 best forms to fight blaster fire. In fact, Dooku is another mixed lightsaber duelist, like I showed you before. But when he fights against blasters, he's not using Form 2 because Form 2 is fucking terrible against blasters because of the way you hold your lightsaber. He's fighting in Form 3.
Yeah, Form 3 is the best for that.
Form 3 or Form 5 are the 2 best against blaster ones. In fact, Starkiller...
Is 3 not better since it's the most defensive?
Well, 5 can be just as defensive, but you can take Form 5 and you can actually block, but you can actually knock it backward like you're hitting a baseball at somebody.
Oh.
Form 3, block, and sometimes you can tap it back at someone. Form 5, you are battering it back at somebody. Form 5 is all about taking your opponent's attack and then turning it back on them with even more force.
That sounds less sustainable.
What form did Ahsoka use?
Actually, I just found this out because originally I thought she fought in Form 4. In fact, she basically fights in Starkiller's form, reverse handled Form 5 when she only has 1, when she has 2. it's a cross between Jerikai and Form 5. She actually fights in Shien. I was actually surprised when I found this out. Like, wow, I thought she fought in Ataro, which was Form 4.
You know what I love about Starkiller is his ability to use the Force while dueling with the saber.
Well, the thing is, that's kind of over the top, and actually a lot of people can. I mean, look at Vader on Rogue One. He was backing away both while using the Force.
Yep.
You can do, while you're dueling, basic maneuvers while dueling. Yeah. I mean, unless you're like going in fast and furious. I mean, look at who the best lightsaber duelists of their day, which, again, Revenge of the Sith.
Well, it's that Vader couldn't. He had like a mental block. Plus, he had mechanical stuff that he'd shock himself if he used lightning and the Force and stuff when he was fighting.
Makes sense.
Well, the thing is, Force lightning was never really Anakin style. Anyways, he was more about choking and physical attacks like telekinesis.
Yeah, because if he used lightning, he'd like shock himself or something.
Angus likes choking.
No, it's just his style. I mean, there were just certain Sith who just didn't like Force lightning. Like, take Darth Bane, for example. He'd rather choke you out, slice you to death, or throw you into a wall and break your neck rather than use Force lightning.
Hey, Geoff, in some of his videos, what form or forms is Rookie Critic using with that dagger?
At best, he's trying to imitate Form 1 and failing miserably.
I'd say it's Form White guy trying
to... using Form Fail.
Fatty with the sword swinging around.
Form 0, he would be using Form 0. Just to make fun of a certain movie.
Well, you guys, I think we should officially have Wolf Talking Lightsabers as an official part of the fandom, the Founding Fathers stream.
I'm down. Dude,
it's a really cool section to like end out on.
Dude, Wolf, dude, I'd be down to like talk EU with you because I'm still like getting into it, and you know so much, and it's like I'm learning so much. Like
I've read so many books, like that's why. Like here, I'm gonna go on another tirade. Rookie, and I think Angus have heard this more than once. My tirade about Barriss Offee and how the guy that did the Clone Wars TV show, I cannot remember his name for the life. Dave Filoni. And how he ruined that character.
Who? He ruined too?
Barriss Offee.
Yep.
You think
Barriss Offee was originally not a sniveling little 14-year-old. She was Anakin's age and a healer. In fact, there's a great Legends dual 2-book. It's called the MedStar Duology, where she's actually on a planet healing clones at what's called a Rimsu. It was basically it's kind of like Star Wars version of MASH. well, not the funniness, but what the MASH unit was. But she's out there as a Padawan healing clones. I mean, she's like 19, 20 years old halfway through the Clone Wars. She's not a sniveling. I mean, Dave Filoni completely retconned her, and I was just like, this is so fucking cringeworthy.
See, I actually like that whole plot leading into the end of Clone Wars with
her and Ahsoka.
With
a lot of people
peers.
And another rant, since I'm already on the Clone Wars rant, the pacifist Mandalorians piss me off so much. I could not stand Duchess Satine. I mean, they could have made it any other culture and I wouldn't care, but made her Mandalorian and a pacifist. And a Duchess? Really?
Well, they definitely made the Death Watch like the bad guys. That sucked too. Because, you had the pacifist liberals living on the planet and the Death Watch were living on that busted moon.
Concordian Dawn. But the thing is, it's like they also retconned it because in the EU books, in Legends, Jango Fett was Mandalore, the leader of the clans.
No longer. He's not a Fett. I mean, he's not a Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was leader of the Mandalorians. He was Mandalore. He wasn't just some guy who, in the comics, they said, "Oh, he's just some guy who stole some armor."
So you didn't like Pre Vizsla's, you didn't like how he was kind of leader of the new Mandalorian way of life fighting.
Oh no! That was actually pretty factual to the EU. Like him leading Death Watch. That's what Pre Vizsla did. So that didn't bother me. That didn't bother me.
You just wanted Fett to continue being that way.
the thing is, they wrote out Fett, Waylon Val, and Cal Scarata, who trained the clone commandos. Like, Delta Squad. They're the guy who taught them how to be clone commandos was a guy named Waylon Val, who vehemently opposed Death Watch. He basically followed under Jango Fett and the Concordian Dawn faction, who were like, we're true Mandalorians, not these 6 psychopaths called Death Watch. Because at the end of the Clone Wars, Death Watch signed on with the Empire to be rulers of the planet Mandalore.
All right. Well, this is
holy shit. Minds are blown.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually writing this down so we can pick up on this next time we have a Founding Father stream.
Hey, Rookie.
Yeah.
Do you think Luke died?
So Iron Wolf, since you're the big man going right now, just if I don't know do you guys want to do a wrap up of our channels or just end it like saying goodbye to the chat?
Sub to the Fandom Collective YouTube channel.
Yeah, sub to the Fandom Collective YouTube channel. Sub to each other. We're going to be doing a mass subbing soon to some people. We're going to look at whom to sub to. We don't want to flood our thing with just so many things, so we are kind of a little bit just kind of looking through is saying if you have content. If you have content at all, we'll freaking follow you. Hell yeah! Like build up the community.
I want to say something to.
Oh, sorry. Let me go.
Go ahead, Iron Wolf. You've only talked for an hour.
I'm sorry. You guys are asking me all this stuff, and I just.
I just want to say this one thing, bro. And,
go ahead, please. Knock it out.
Listen, this is one thing that I want, and I know there's only a handful watching, but guys, anybody who rewatches this, and also who's out there, Mega Jetty Rhodes, T Toriel, actually Black Angus, because I know you're listening, dude. But Immortal, everybody try and sub the channel, because when we have an amount of people on there, it doesn't really make us as individuals say, oh, well, guess what? We're going to have 1,000 people and we can monetize. This is, if we had 10,000 people, then that's your audience, because you will be able to upload your videos to this channel. So if you say you have like 200 people that are your subs, but then you can get into an audience that has 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, however many, then guess what? Your video gets instantly seen. It beats the algorithm. It kicks the algorithm right in the balls and said, too bad. And now you have 1,000, 10,000, whoever watching your video. So sub up and please share. This isn't for us. It's for everyone.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. All right. And on that note, any final words, guys?
Boobs.
And wine. Okay.
God almighty for titties and beer.
George Soros.
All right. So as we wrap it up, thank you everybody in the chat for joining us. Those two bald guys, Road Rant, Mortal Coil.
Baby.
Exactly. Lick that like button.
Hillary Clinton is a lizard.
We will try our best to have another Founding Fathers stream in March. We have no idea when, because it is difficult for us 5 to all get together, but we shall try. We shall try very hard, and we'll try to have.
Dude, I'm down to do this as often as possible.
Hammering down on.
Are you copying my video, dude? Because that can be hate speech.
Oh, and guys, we're really going to start hammering down on who has the hot seat with the Fandom Collective and really start getting this channel going. But if you've got videos, let us know. Bring them to us.
Exactly. Yep, just let us know, and we shall see what we can do. This week will be me posting, then it'll be Flipp, Iron Wolf, and I don't know if Angus or Sith, which one you guys wants to go first. We can figure that out later. But have a good night, guys. We will just drag this out as we go.